how I feel like I played. I know every day there's room for improvement in a lot of different areas in my game, so I never feel, I would say, full. I would say I'm always hungry. And it's a lot of aspects in football that you could get better at. It's weight room, it's knowing the plays, it's physically, it's throwing different. You can always get precise on more things. So I feel like I put in my day's work, but I know I'm far from where I want to be.
Tommy Reese talked about when you first walked in the door right before rookie minicamp there to where you are now. Where do you think you have grown the most?
I'd say spiritually. That's why I say I've grown the most. After draft, you know, getting closer to God and definitely talking to Him consistently, having a real relationship with Him. That's why I say I've grown the most at.
Shedeur, just the conversations with Joe, with Kenny, even with Dylan, just how valuable are those for you, and how much do you are you able to just learn from just, you know, talking through things, whether it's a play or any part of the, you know, this job?
It's real fun having those guys in the room though, because we all are quarterbacks. We all feel, you know, similar ways, but nobody, you know, always talks about it. So Joe's the old guy in the room, so I joke with Joe all the time. Every day I see him. And Kenny, he had his experiences throughout his career overall, so then we just share a lot of the same things. And Dylan, of course, we're the same age group, you know. Those guys are older. So me and Dylan, we're the same age group, so we just talk about experiences, you know, just in college and everything so far.
Shedeur, what kind of jokes do you crack with Joe? It seems like you got him to smile a couple times out there during practice.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tell him all my jokes now. I can't tell you all my jokes, but like whenever you see them or they mic'd up or anything like that, all that stuff is real. That's real questions, but I don't know, because it be in spur in the moment, you know, and then like after that, then okay, it's time to lock back in. Like our minds are always consistently and constantly moving, so I honestly don't even remember what we talked about on the field, honestly.
And on that note of locking in, it seemed like right as y'all were going over to the sideline for film review, Joe was giving you some pretty detailed advice on something. What was he walking you through? Do you remember?
Just how to get through the reads quicker and those type of things. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, like, let me know what you think, like what I need to do. So it's like he's seen it, he played it, and like he's a pro, you know, so it's like I'll be dumb, I'll be a fool to not get insight for somebody that had success over all the years that he had.
Hey, Shedeur, Coach Stefanski said that not many college quarterbacks run play action from under center anymore. Has that been, what kind of challenge has that been? Because it's a big staple of his offense.
Well, it was good that I grown up Little League and all that stuff under center, so it brings me back to Little League days. So I got a good foundation, and now I definitely am gonna improve on that. But I have a good solid foundation, and just prep for pro day and all that different type of stuff. Really make me more comfortable with everything. Everything in life, in any aspect, is gonna be a challenge. So it's just, are you gonna be the one to overcome the challenge, or are you gonna let that challenge get you? So that's how I attack it, and I just want to always look the most professional as possible.
Hey, Shedeur, you mentioned that.
This is one of, if not the first time that you've been in the back of the line for reps. So how are you managing that part of the challenge?
I'm managing it real well. Yeah. Overall, it's a mentality. It's mental. It's a lot of people in certain situations in their own life, you know, that may not be at the forefront, that maybe had that at one point in time, but you got to know it's going to be bright days eventually. Whenever the time comes. So you just always got to be prepared, and you got to mentally take it as just an experience, you know. For anything in life, you got to go through different things so you can understand the message that, you know, God's trying to give you. So that's why everything I'm way more grateful for, just to come out here, to be able to throw the ball around and just be able to get on the field. Like, everything off the field, it is what it is, but everybody know when it's time to get on that grass, then you know who I am.
Shedeur, when you just mentioned
your goal is for this first off-season workout program and your first training camp, there's obviously a lot of talk about, like, well, can you be the starter as a fifth-round pick? Like, will you make the team? Like, what is your goal when we get to, you know, September and the games are really getting played in the Los Angeles?
My goal is to be the best teammate and to be as polished as I can be. So in every aspect. I view things as I got time. I got time to be able to grow and mature, you know, and be able to understand the ins and outs of the defenses and be able to get the good insight from the vets in the room. So I look at it as, you know, a plus. Like I got time to actually be able to really have a great understanding. And whenever, you know, it's time for me to play, then it's time for me to play. But I'm not looking too far in the future about all that. I'm looking about every day in practice, because I had some misses out there today that, you know, we got to go in there and correct, about Reeves getting in and out drops a little bit faster from under center. So that's the main thing. I'm focused on the small things, and over time the big things will happen.
Shedeur, you mentioned your spiritual growth when you first started. What made that happen now?
Well, I wouldn't say now. I always know when God's talking to me. Like last night, if any of y'all see, I tweeted something, because you know, when you sleep, you're most vulnerable. So then that's when I got like real bad. You know, God talked to me in that time. So, and I'm able to recognize that, because before Pro Day it was the same thing. So that's how I know I'm on track. You know, that's how I know I'm living in my purpose, and I understand everything happened for a reason. So I just got a message like that night, and I had to sleep with my flashlight on last night. I slept with my flashlight on last night because I was too scared.
Shedeur, to go back to the reps and maximizing the reps you're getting, and you talked about a lot of the work you do inside the building too. Just how do you think you're handling that and maximizing the chances you're given out here by also doing work inside and after practice and things like that?
Well, that's no different than that's normal than what we grew up doing and what we've been doing at Colorado and Jackson. So I just feel like I'm back in my element. You know, it's grass, it's fresh grass. You hear the birds outside, you understand what peace is at this point in life. So, you know, I'm back in my element. I'm excited to be here.
A couple more. Shedeur, are you more comfortable now? Do you feel?
Do I look more comfortable? I look more comfortable, huh? So yeah, of course I feel more comfortable here. I would say it's just a mindset, it's just an adjustment. You got to go and understand the situation that you're in and be able to approach that and get the best out of it. So life is just based on how you view different things. So you could view things as you're not getting reps in a negative way, or you could view it as, okay, when it's my time to get out there, let's be proactive and let's get warm, let's get going, so there's no excuses. Because when you get out there, nobody cares how many reps you got. Whenever you get in the game, nobody cares if you took a snap before. You know, like everybody cares about production. So that's the main thing. When you get out there, you got to be able to produce.
You mentioned talking to Joe Flacco about going through the reads quickly, and like, how important do you think that?
Well, I talked to Shiloh too. Shiloh always be telling me about that.
So how important do you think that, and just playing on time, getting rid of it quickly, like how important is that aspect of your game to transition into that NFL?
Well, I think it's extremely important. I took a lot of sacks in college, so I know how that feels on your body, I'll say. So it's definitely going through the progressions and getting comfortable and knowing the ins and outs of everything. So when you go on the field, I already have a different type of confidence by myself regardless. But now when you go out there and you know the ins and outs and everything, then it's a whole different type of confidence, you know, you go out there with. So I'm definitely getting to that point, I would say. And by the time I say training camp come, then, you know, I'll be there.
We're going to take Jory, Scott, Tony, and Mary Kay. Jory,
you work with anybody in the break between now and training camp, in particular, anybody different that you haven't worked out with before, whether it be a quarterback, trainer, and I know you have done that, but will you also maybe get together with any of these quarterbacks or any of these receivers?
Well, yeah, right now I got to focus on this walkthrough that's about to be later on, and I got practice tomorrow. So I can't mentally, I got to focus on one thing at a time. I can't think about what I'm going to do for the break, where I'm going to be at, you know. So I got to be where my feet is. So I'm here right now, and I just got to focus on coming out tomorrow, having a strong day, and walkthroughs, understanding the ins and outs of everything.
Shedeur, you mentioned God talking to you. What does that look like or feel like to you, or where were you? Like, take us through what that was like.
When?
Last night, you said.
I was in my hotel room. Yeah, I was in my hotel room. I was just talking to a couple of pastors yesterday, you know, just about my purpose, just about everything here, and it's a lot going on, I'll say, in my mind, and I understand, you know, what peace is. So that's why break, I know I'm going home one time. I know I'm going home so I can, just little things in life, like just feeling the wind, hearing the birds, all that different type of stuff. It's something that you value now. It's something I value. So that was the main thing. Hearing what he was saying and understanding the message of what it is that he was telling me yesterday.
All right, we're going to hear Scott and then Tony.
When you talk about staying prepared for those reps that you do get, how do you think you've done taking advantage of them? When we're out here, it seems like you've had some success throwing the ball. Do you feel like you're taking advantage of those opportunities?
Yeah, for sure. But every time the ball hit the ground, I feel a little bit of unsuccess. So I don't really feel great whenever I know it's a completion on the field and I don't get to it. So that's what I'm hard on myself about, and that's what I want to make sure I always improve every day. And in football, it's always gonna be good and bad. So you just clean up the bad stuff one day at a time. And after practice, I work on throws that I missed or things like that, and mentally later on go through the film and everything. So then you could come out tomorrow and be prepared and learn from that one mistake.
Have you done any virtual reality here yet?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What's that like?
It's cool.
You think you benefit from it?
Yeah, I can't say yes or no because I got to spend more time on task with it. Everybody learns different. I'm more of like an active learner, so I like seeing, I like being able to pictures, being able to walk through like real life type stuff. So I like it.
Shedeur, I heard your dad mention on a recent podcast that he's still kind of going through his health challenge and that he's
I don't know what's going on. So I'm here not to talk about Pops and them.
Yeah.
I'm here for the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, my question was, though, if you don't mind answering this, do you kind of have to just, like you said, be where your feet are and not, I'm sure that's something that would be a worry to you if you let yourself kind of think about it here. So is that something that you're trying to just
I'm
deal
focused.
with?
I'm focused on learning this playbook and everything I got to do to be the most successful quarterback I could be and be the best teammate I could be. Outside of that, I don't really have no thoughts or, really opinions on anything outside this game.